Hey guys, it's Allie and welcome to another pregnancy update. This week we are at week 27, which is super exciting. I feel like I say super exciting every update, but everything's exciting. I don't think I'm officially in my third trimester yet, although I've been searching online because I get really confused with how many months pertain to the weeks and things like that. Some places say I'm already in my third trimester, but others say that week 28 starts the third trimester, so I'm not sure. Again, using the Ovia app, baby is a bunch of bananas. This is how big her little hand is. So this week, the baby's brain can control the lungs and regulate the body temperature, which is really exciting. It says that the baby can hear more now, and she's putting on a bunch of fat. So growing and getting bigger and stronger, which is amazing. I also read that she's also practicing things like coughing and she's dreaming, which I think they said in the past that she was able to start having dreams by then. And it's pretty cool. And I'm just like, what are you dreaming about? What are you thinking about? Yeah, so it's basically just like brain development and putting on fat and things like that. As far as weight gain from my starting weight, I am up. What am I up by? Yeah, I'm up about like 16, 17 pounds from my starting weight, which I don't think is terrible, but I tell myself I still have a decent amount of time left to go, so I'm trying to control myself. I have had cravings this past week, which have not been the best cravings. I have been wanting sweets, and it's very difficult for me. This week, I will say I have been pretty bad as far as giving into my cravings. Usually I'm pretty good and I choose healthier options. I have done that a couple of days this week, but I really couldn't say no to pizza and pasta and Milky Way bars, which is so bad, but I'm gonna try to just like keep it in that week. I had an off week. I didn't have it every day. Obviously, I was able to have some salads and grilled chicken and stuff more days than not, but there were a good amount of days where I caved and I may have had some rainbow cookies, but that's okay. So in our 27th week, we actually went in for the glucose test. We actually did that yesterday, which I think usually goes between, I don't know, 25 and 28 weeks. I could be making it up, but I think you get it done before your 28th week or around that time. So I'm going to be going into my 28th week. I'm pretty sure that's how it works, yes. And it wasn't bad. I have heard a lot of people when I would tell them, oh, I'm going for my glucose test, that they were like, oh, that drink. I had to drink, it was small, about this size, and it was orange. So I think they have different flavors, but from what I hear and seen, most of them do tend to be orange. And the way that I describe it was flat orange soda. That's exactly what it tasted like. And it's funny because when we went in, one of the nurses, she asked me, she's like, oh, how was it? I was like, it really wasn't that bad. And she agreed with me and she was like, yeah, it kind of just tastes like flat orange soda. I said, that's literally exactly how I described it. So it really wasn't terrible. I mean, it was sweet, but it wasn't crazy. And I was worried because I think you had to drink it within 5 minutes. And I literally put a timer on my phone and I just drank it. I was like, that was fine. So I just took that. They did some blood work, waiting to hear back from that because, like I said, I just had it done. But I'm hoping that it wasn't too bad. And I know that I haven't been eating that well this past week, but I'm hoping that my body's been cooperating, and I have been generally trying to just be healthy throughout the pregnancy. So I'm hoping that that helps, and I'm really hoping that I don't have any sort of like gestational diabetes or anything like that. So fingers crossed, we will see what happens with that. Different symptoms that I'm having, I'm definitely more tired, definitely more winded and out of breath. But at the same time, I think I may be developing pregnancy insomnia, which I've read about and I've heard about. And I think I'm getting into that category because I've been pretty much forcing myself to go to bed, and it's usually around like 2 o'clock, 2:30, 1 o'clock, 1:30. It's not fun because then I get up early for work, and sometimes I'm able to sleep in, but it's definitely hard to balance because my body is very tired, but my mind is just going and going, and I just can't sleep. Another symptom I want to talk to you guys about, which I realize I don't think I've mentioned in the past, were Braxton Hicks contractions. I was a little concerned because I did feel them quite early on, weeks and weeks and weeks ago. I don't know why I haven't mentioned it, but I think I'm noticing it more definitely now. Basically, what I feel is like tightening of my belly and slight cramping. At first, when I would feel that, it felt like more cramp like very, very, very slight menstrual cramps. That's what I felt more of, where now I feel a little bit of cramping when it happens, but it feels more just like of the tightening of the belly. And sometimes I get a little concerned, but usually I kind of just like rub it and drink a ton of water, and that helps me. So I think that's like a word of advice. It's the first time I'm going through this, and I'm not a doctor, but drinking water definitely helps, and like moving positions, whether the way you're laying down or sitting, I feel like that helps too. And I tend to kind of just like rub my belly and like walk around a little bit and drink a lot of water, and that tends to help me. But that is one thing that I definitely am noticing more of now, and I actually notice it more at night, so I don't know if that's a thing. But it's like my belly gets tight. I feel the baby move so much, and I love it. And her pokes and her wiggles are getting stronger and stronger. There were a couple of times where I was like leaning a certain way, and she kicked right by my rib, and it actually kind of hurt a little bit. And I know it's only going to get more powerful from here, but I love it, so I don't mind. It's pretty cool because now that she's getting bigger, I can kind of feel where she's at. Where in the past I had an idea, I'm like, I think she's down here and this and that. But now I definitely can feel when she's on one side more than the other, which is, I like it. So they say that she should be measuring a little over 2 pounds and about 15 inches, I want to say. I think that's where we're at. They did measure the crown to rump, and she said it was right on the money. The nurse who measured me said that she was perfect, exactly where she had to be at 27 weeks, and her heartbeat was very strong. So it looks like we got a nice tough cookie in here, and so far things are working like clockwork. A couple of times, if I had either like gone on my hands and knees to like reach to get something or moves too quickly, I kind of felt like my spine, like my vertebrae were coming apart a little. They weren't, but that's like what it felt like. I was like, oh gosh, it hurt. But I think that's just I think it's called like relaxin or whatever, which makes everything like your ligaments and stuff relax, obviously, to kind of prep the body for labor and birth. So I think that's what's going on. I think everything's kind of just like more relaxed, less strong, and a little bit more weak. And so I kind of felt like a separating. So I'm definitely feeling things more. But overall, I'm really honestly enjoying being pregnant. And I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry, because I know some people hate other people who like, oh, I love being pregnant, but I really do. Like, I really love being pregnant. And, God willing, my husband and I talk about I'm like, when's the next one going to happen? So, I mean, we'll get there. I'm still squeezing my sausage like body into my regular clothes. Obviously things fit a little bit more tight. However, now that I do have full on pregnant belly and not just little chub, I like wearing tighter things because I like showing off my little belly. Whereas in the beginning, especially, I would just wear very loose fitting clothing because it was kind of in between. It's like, are you fat or are you pregnant? But I think that's it. Emotionally, I feel good. I haven't had too many of like my anxiety and no panic attacks or anything like that. I still get anxious every now and then. I can get overwhelmed, but emotionally I feel good. Mentally I feel good. Physically I feel good for the situation. I still would like to be a little bit more active and would like to work out more. So that's something that I'm going to try to work on. I am cutting back with work and not working 7 days a week, or at least trying to work not 7 days a week. There she is, kicking my rib. Yeah, I'm just feeling good. I'm excited, and I'm, fingers crossed, and just hoping and praying that things just keep going smoothly. And most importantly, I just want this little one to be perfect. So that's it. I will show you guys my bump now. My belly button has not become an outie, although I feel like it might happen soon. I hope you guys enjoyed this update. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe to my channel for more regular updates and other types of videos too. And thank you for joining me on this journey. As always, be sure to stay happy, you guys.